Hello, um, I am Jessier Isa, and this is for like an ROTC. Um, ROTC at University of Delaware. I'm enrolled in Wilmington University. I gone for 2 semesters already. It's currently May, so the spring semester ended. And I'm rolling to my summer semester in UD. Summer semester for Wilmington University started. And I'm just making a quick little video on things that would have helped me starting out ROTC. So ROTC is a program for like military, where you can become like an officer. Um, Deltech started the ROTC program. Um, Wilmington University is in the program. Delaware State University is part of the program, and they're all part of this big Blue Hand Battalion. Um, So let's get right to the video. So parking, all right. So down the list, these are the things that um, I would have liked to know, like in the early beginning, or during the RTC. It would have helped me understand a little bit more easier. So in ROTC, parking, the 1 day guest permit is not the is not the great permit. You do not park where you don't get to park anywhere. That's a designated area. I haven't used that area. Um, I only found out that the 1 day guest parking permit doesn't apply to any of them when I asked the parking services. I asked them like, hey, where do I get parking services? Like, where do I go to get my permits? This and that, and what they do. And he told me that like guest parking permit uh, is in a different area and it's designated. And so what you go is you go to over here, parking services, you click on that. It's making it. You go manage your parking, and then you from here you would make an account. Let's see, parking portal. Then you go to manage account, and then you go to guest login, and from here you can create one, retrieve one. You lost information. You do that, and then from here's the permits. So these would allow you to park in certain locations. Um, I bought the gray annual. Actually, no, I bought the gray academic, and that just shows you like where it is. So like from June, July, and August, the parking is not available. So this is like a yearly thing for the fiscal year. That's what I bought, gray academic. So the difference between gray and red is that certain places on the campus have like parking areas. Like just over here. This is a red parking permit passes. You won't. I haven't seen one as much. I just saw the gray ones, and you'll see the gray one. There's like three, actually four, in the battalion building. If you want to see like a designated list over here, yeah, there's the red parking. These are all the gray parking. So if you go into red parking, you have to walk a little bit more, but gray is a little more accessible to the ROTC locations. And they do range at about, depending on when you buy it. It's gray annual, gray academic. Oh, employees, my bad. Gray academic is around $500, and you actually save what you save a lot if you buy it the academic compared to the monthly. What else? Okay, so yeah, events. There's super labs and FTXs. So there's these events called super labs. They go from uh, you go through lanes, and what lanes are is just battle drills. So you learn this as you get there, but like you're in a wedge formation, right? Let me clean that. wedge formation. Um, yeah, just imagine they're the same size. Wedge formation, and there's like enemies start shooting at them, and then the first one that's getting contact is gonna form up and make a line, while the other one goes in and starts flanking them, and that's like a reactive contact. And other lanes like that. That's what they're called, lanes, and you're just gonna go for. You're gonna spend like the whole day on those lanes, and usually they're on weekends. Like it's gonna cost you a weekend. Um, FTX is a like once a semester thing. It you most for us we went over to like Virginia, a different state, and just did labs there, and we slept overnight. We stayed there for 3 to 2 days. Very fun. Very fun experience. Builds you have like a fun time. So the super labs are about like once a month, and the FTX is like field training exercise is once a semester. So for equipment, if you are National Guard, you will get equipment from the unit, from your unit. Um, you can borrow equipment from ROTC. So like in the beginning for me, I was just fairly enlisted, um, so I had to get some equipment from ROTC because I couldn't get them. I was so fresh out. I didn't even go to basic training or AIT. I had to borrow it from ROTC. I'm still in the process of getting my equipment from the unit, but it was just very basic equipment from ROTC. It's gonna suffice. So for the internet, you're just gonna want to make a guest account when you're on the battalion building, taking your military leadership classes, your MS classes. You just want to go over to here. Actually, where was it? Anyways, so you once you connect to the Wi-Fi, um, like once you connect to the Wi-Fi, it's one of those things where it pops up and it tells you to log in. From there, you would make an account, and um, it would send you a it would send you like a temporary password and temporary. It would send you a temporary account. You would link your address. I mean, not your address, your phone number and your email, and depending on which one you choose, it will send you your credentials there. Um, it's for free. For sir and ma'am, just make sure that you um, address the cadre there, sir or ma'am. If not, sergeant. Um, you, a simple search on Google can show you. Um, but yeah, just look. If it's officer, just say end it. End your sentences with sir or ma'am, and just address them as sir and ma'am, and be very polite. Um, if they're not officer, just replace that with sergeant. Army shops. So army shops are like the S1, the S2, the S3, and S4. We only have up to S4. I think S5. And that's what they're called. These are called shops. It would have been easier for me to research them. Use a chain of command. At the beginning of my orientation, I would skip all of these and just head over to this guy. Um, the platoon leader is like a lot of responsibilities, and we have a chain of command for a reason. So once you have once you get like designated areas of who your team leader is, who your squad leader is, who your platoon sergeant is, and who your platoon leader is, you'd ask these in order. Normally, you just focus on these two. If you're a squad leader, then you ask the platoon sergeant. If you're the platoon sergeant, then you'd ask the PO, and then after that, you would ask cadre. Cadre is just a military term for staff. Um, yeah, it's spelled CADR. It's a cadre. But yeah, at the beginning, you would just be a regular, like no leadership position. From there, you would just ask your team leader and squad leader, just to ensure. You'd ask your team leader first, um, and if you're like leaving statements like, "Hey, I won't be going to PT next. I won't be to PT tomorrow. I'll be in. Just send it to your team leader and squad leader. Let me see this. Okay. So Zonk. Uh, so Zonk. Oh, hold on. Oh, hey man. All right. Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, if you leadership, leadership, you just have no leadership. You would ask your team leader. Um, if you're like making statements, then you would send it to your team leader as well as squad leader. I assume if you're team leader, you'd send it to platoon leader and platoon sergeant, 2 up, 1 down. But if you just no leadership, then you just send it both to these two. So zonk is when you're doing like a PT or like a day. You go in formation, and the battalion commander, the BC, would say zonk. You just run away, and you don't have to do like any PT over the day. Like you just like sprint out. Um, they say like if you get caught after the countdown, then you get to do like push-ups or something. So yeah. And stomach. Make sure it's not heavy during a run. You will throw up or get hurt. And yeah, that's all I have.